I think I want to first of all say thank you to Matthew and Alexandra because you've hit on a lot of the things that I wanted to highlight today, at least from a experiential learning standpoint. I think that one of the characteristics of our degree program here in Pullman is the experiential learning piece of it. So I want to kind of highlight those things. The class is part of it. College, you guys are all out of school right at the moment, so we don't need to make it seem too much like a lecture. But from an experience standpoint, we want our students to take what they learn in the classroom and get some experience out in the field. So it might be looking for practicum positions or internships, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, share some student perspectives. I heard Alexander talk about facility management, the same thing with Alexander talking about marketing positions and fundraising and sales. And those are all aspects of the curriculum that you're going to touch on as an undergraduate student, and potentially get out and practice some of those things that you've learned in the classroom through your role either on campus or maybe over the summer, over breaks, that sort of thing. So just making sure that students know there are positions all over the place, not just within collegiate athletics or professional athletics, but also within community and private organizations, the YMCA, Parks and Recreation, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of jobs out there, and each of those organizations have different positions within them too. So you might be work in marketing for a pro team, or work in marketing for university recreation, or even with your local Parks and Rec and that sort of thing. So lots of jobs out there. Again, to highlight this, what makes our program stand out is that we give students a nudge and require them to get some academic or get some experience, of which they get academic credit for, out in the field. So we call those practicum experiences. So students are going to work either, like I said, on campus in the community here, or over the summer potentially, working as a intramural referee. Here you can see one of our students working which is sometimes a hard position, telling their peers how to follow the rules. But if you're a sports fan and you sit on the couch and holler at the TV and you know the rules, then maybe getting out there and trying it yourself might be a fun job. And officials get paid pretty well. So that may be something that you look into and consider. We also have positions on campus that are paid positions. So a student might be working within UREC as a membership attendant and also getting academic credit for the job that they're doing, right? So getting out there and test driving the role while you're a student, seeing if you like it. Maybe you can eliminate some things based on your experience. You thought maybe working in collegiate athletics would be good for you. You tried it, and maybe it's not the right fit, right? So just kind of get out there and try some new things, and get some experience while you're in school. One of the other things from a class standpoint that is really important is these, our courses are meant to kind of scaffold you towards this capstone event. So students at the end of their degree program, when they're all done with their classes, their last semester, they put on an event, and they plan it from the very beginning. They get sponsorships, they get folks to attend, and they put on these events. And I wanted to share a video of one of the capstone events that happened recently, and share the student perspective on that, right? Can you guys hear it?
No, I can't. Jonathan, can you make sure that the Zoom mic is on for Zoom?
They haven't started talking yet. There's just music.
Oh, okay. I don't hear music.
Okay.
Jonathan, are you able to hear it?
I can't change her settings for sound.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you guys can't hear it?
No,
I apologize. There's probably not too much use in me showing this video if you can't hear what the students are saying. I'll relay a bit of it. How about that? They're talking about what they learned throughout the process. Poor Brandon, that's kind of an unflattering picture to stop him right there. How about I switch my slide? They're talking about how the things that they would have done differently. So they planned an event that was to benefit their peers on campus for like a mental health day. So they had a bunch of activities where they brought other students in. So there was some yoga options and some, I think, some adult coloring and some friendship bracelet making and some dog petting. I don't know if I said that twice. It's because I'm a dog lover. And they put on that event and raised awareness for mental health resources on campus. And then the funds that they raised, they gave, I believe, to the maybe Helinski's Hope. It's an organization on campus for student athlete mental health and wellness. So each student group gets to choose what event they want to put on and which philanthropy they want to support in that. So they get a chance to trial, put on an event and practice being all those different roles that they might want to take on in their career later in a safe learning space, right? The other video I have, which probably won't be helpful either in this if the sound's not working, is the internship role. So our students are required to complete a full-time internship in order to get their degree. So they're going to do either a 10 or a 12-week internship after they finish all their courses. This particular student, Kalia, went to the Detroit Pistons and worked with that organization. She did a lot of preparation for practice and for events that they put on within the organization for the Pistons. She lived in Detroit and shared some of her what it looked like a day-to-day for her. I think that a lot of students come in thinking that working in the professional industry or within professional athletics is really appealing, and it is a good fit for some folks. It's also a challenge to switch your way of thinking from being a fan to a practitioner, and knowing that working in the industry doesn't always allow you to participate in the same way as a fan as you would. You're not watching the game, you're doing some things behind the scenes. So taking that into consideration as you start to think about potentially being a student and then moving towards the industry, working in the field. I'll skip this since we don't think the time the sound is working there. There we go. I think it's super important when you are on campus to get involved so that you feel like you're part of the community. There are a lot of clubs on campus. Sport Management Club is just one of them. They're called registered student organizations. I think there's a student organization, the Peanut Butter and Jelly Club. Love their sandwiches. They love that combo, and they got together and a bunch of like-minded people and they hang out. So you can start a club, be a part of a club that already exists. Career fairs and exploration. We actually just sent a group of sport management students to the Seattle Sports Commission Women in Leadership Breakfast, and they went and visited with the Kraken afterwards. So we love to support students in their quest to figure out what they want to do and try some cool things and put themselves out there and network and meet new people. There's faculty, a lot of our faculty are doing research, so you can become involved in that aspect of things if it appeals to you. And then there are also some different competitions that you might become involved in, whether it's within sport management or maybe a business. Maybe the Carson College of Business is putting on a competition. One of our students was just in Florida for a competition through that group. And then sometimes students do study abroad and that sort of thing. So that's not listed on here, but something to mention. Always a curiosity would be alumni. Should have put Dejanay on here. If I had known that I would see her, we could have put her on here. We've got folks doing things all around the country, lots of different roles, a mix of professional, private organizations, teams, universities, that sort of thing. So just kind of encouraging students to find their niche, trying different things through the practicum and the internship so that they can find out where their best fit, where their strengths lie, and what fits with their values and the lifestyle that they want to have. Go to the next slide here. I will put a link in the chat to our website. There's a lot of more information on here, and since it's an independent website, you'll be able to hear the videos that are on there. You can go in, take a look, learn some more. about the program, the classes that you might take. Both Matthew and Alexandra mentioned this idea of safety, sport law. That would be a class that you would take and talk about how to keep people safe and prevent your organization from getting in trouble for being negligent and that sort of thing. So kind of tying those things into the coursework that you might cover at some point. I also will share with you some resources for folks looking for groups to support their college journey, or monetary support and ways to apply. I'll also share my contact information there so y'all can take a look at that. I know that college is a big step and a big commitment, and there are a lot of resources out there to help support folks on their journey. So I want to make sure that you have access to the resources that you need to make it possible for you. And I will stop sharing there and put a link or two in the chat, and also answer any questions you might have.
Corey, thank you so much for your time. Teens, questions for Corey about attending WSU and working on a sports management degree. Also, anyone supporting teens, case managers, educators, youth workers, if you have any questions about applying to WSU, Alex, please.
Thank you, Jody. Yes, my question for Corey is that I saw that you mentioned about internships, but then I didn't really see like what kind of specific internships would be offered for the youth. So I just want to make sure I get that clarification in case some
Fair.
ask of us.
Absolutely. We don't place students in their internships. It's not like student teaching. We let students choose where they want to go, but we definitely support their search. So there's a class that they take before they enroll in those internship credits, where they would get support working on their resume, cover letter, and helping them apply, and doing some mock interviewing. So we let students choose where they want to go. We do keep record of every internship that students have done and the contact information for those groups. So if a student did like the video of Clea that didn't quite work right, she went to the Pistons, right? So her supervisor's contact information is within her site report, and students can use those site reports as resources to find contact information if they want. So we have alumni and organizations that we've worked with before that would be potential pipelines. So it's not a cold call for students, or we can help them reach out to an organization that's new that they're interested in. So an example of that would be, I worked with a student once who said she wanted to go abroad to an English speaking country, and she wanted to find an internship within cheer. Challenge accepted. She chose to go to Australia, and she worked with their governing body in Australia as I can't remember if it was cheer and gymnastics, and as they separated or came together, I can't remember, but she worked with a national governing body to fulfill her internship credits while in Australia. So she kind of combined a couple dream positions at the same time. So there's probably a longer list of things they could do than they couldn't do. If they wanted to work with Alexandra and the Kraken, that an internship position with them would fulfill the internship requirements. So that'd be a great option. Have students work with the Storm, the Mariners upcoming, and all over the state of Washington and across the country. That help a little bit, Alex, or not?